go. Go back to this, which I had up. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Gonna be a moment here for me to get my screen up. Three viewers. Hello, three viewers. How's it going? Four viewers. Oh, hey, Bratwurst. How's it going? 51 Silvertone. That's cool. Um, are you also isolated because of the ongoing situation? You see what that looks like. A silver tone. See if I can find that radio online here. 132.896. Yep, they got it in the radio museum here. They seem to have everything over there. Oh, yeah, that looks very 50s with the big brass dials on it. Yeah, I'm in LA, so we've got quite a few here, unfortunately, every day. Let me see if I can get that. I can probably get that website up. Yeah, 3,518 cases in LA County. That's a huge area, of course, and millions of people live here. 65 deaths. So, anyway, this is I in my downtime here, I'm still working. Luckily, I guess my job still exists and still going to work every day. But I've been working on this Crosley radio that was given to me by some friends of the family, and it's I haven't done a video on it yet, but it's a fairly easy fix. It had capacitors and resistors out of spec. I haven't tested any of the tubes, but the AM band is working really good. It has AM and two shortwave bands. It's got a shortwave low band that goes from like 1.8 to 6 megahertz, and then a higher frequency band that they call the overseas band, which is 6 to 18 megahertz. And that one's not working too well. It's pretty deaf, not very sensitive. I'd have to look into it, and I have no idea what it could be. Although I haven't replaced any of the mica capacitors, they go bad. Could be also, I haven't tested the tubes really, although it seems to work great on the two lower bands. So I'll look into it more when I have some time, but you know, not much on the shortwave bands anyway. At least that you're going to get with a receiver like that, you know. It's in pretty good shape cosmetically. It's got some veneer coming off the sides. It's interesting. These people bought it. They lived in Brazil, and the radio is a Crosley, and it was I think it was probably purchased I think in Cleveland, because the radio station presets are all like Ohio, Cleveland stations. And then at some point somebody took it down to Brazil, and these people saw it in like a secondhand shop down there in the early '80s, and the guy's father was actually an employee with Crosley. He was an accountant for them, and so he had bought it, I guess, for that reason. And they held on to it from the early '80s on, and they never got it fixed. And I saw, you know, they were making another move here, getting out of town, and decided that they didn't want to cart it around, so they just gave it to me. And I'm pretty full up here for for space and projects and stuff. But I told them I'd take it on and try to fix it. And it's an interesting radio. It probably had quite a bit of use. The dial cord was gone completely, so I had to restring that. But and you can use it now, but I don't think I've used the right size of dial cord, because it's slipping quite a bit when you know, try to tune different stations. So I got some larger diameter dial cord on order to try and fix that. It had the power transformer changed out long time ago with a Brazilian transformer, and that's kind of interesting. It's dual voltage, and so you could run it on 110 or 220, and it's neat. It's Luzito, which means, I guess, little light. And the radio itself is basically like an all-American 5, with 3 bands, and added RF front end stage for more sensitivity. And it's got 4 6K6 output tubes for the audio. So it's quite powerful. And that's a look at the chassis. Hello, MK. And I had to also replace the output transformer. One side of it was blown, and that may be why the radio was put away, and like not used. Oh, that's cool. Cool to welcome to Dylan's Electronic Shop. There's the speaker. It's a made by Magnavox, so I think it's about 10 or 11 inches, and the original output transformer was mounted there. You can see where the metal's brighter, but this new one that I bought doesn't fit, so I've just put it up there next to the chassis for now. And I didn't even want to like solder on the leads, drip solder through the cone or something, so I just left it and just soldered on those crimp terminals. Another view of the chassis, some of the capacitors, also the resistors, and have them there in that pile. But man, I found out it seems like if you need a resistor these days above 2 watts in power, that's not a wire wound, you're going to have a hard time finding it. I guess they just don't make them anymore. So there it is before I had replaced the dial cord. So that's pretty much it for the Crosley. So silver tone, 6327. That's cool. With a 6 tube. Yeah, an AA6. All right. So let's see. I'll see if I can dial that in here. Silver tone. 6327. Oh yeah, it's a pretty nice radio. Tabletop. Open coil, weak tube. Yeah, I'm thinking. I haven't tested the tubes yet, so I need to go through there and test the tubes. It just seems like very low gain on that band. I mean, there's a peak when I was doing the alignment. There's definitely a peak on the RF amp stage, but you know, not so great. So anyway, yeah. 6327. That's a shortwave set. I guess it looks like it's got two bands. What's it say here? Broadcast receiver. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Well, with a 5-inch speaker. I Yeah, that's cool. Cool. You got the tubes and the tube tester. Um, this thing also, I didn't get a picture of it, but it has a '78 record player in it that's very well built. I don't know if I can get it working again or not, but I'll give it a try anyway. I'll look into it, see how much work it needs. Probably needs a cartridge among other things. I got a funny noise here. I guess it's the hard drive in my laptop just churning away. CPU heating up. When will I do a video with Shango? Yeah, good question. It's been a while. Well, pretty slow out here tonight. I'll probably wrap it up here in a couple minutes. Yeah, the pickup trip videos were fun. That he's gonna do a video on that Packard Bell that we found on the street in the city. That I found anyway. Look for that later on. And yeah, that Packard Bell's probably not as in a bad a shape as some of the ones he pulled out of the desert that have been like out there in the sun for 35, 40 or more years. That one, was in comparatively good shape, even though it's like a rotted out old carcass. It's probably only good for parts. But the USSR TV, no idea. He probably still has it in the museum somewhere. Sheets. Let's see here. Oh, that's cool. I'm just a hobbyist. I'm not a haven't been a professional technician on any of this stuff. Well, it all predates me by many, many decades. So, wow, that's really something, man. We had 500 new cases since yesterday in LA County. That is pretty big. Man, what's it going to be in a month? It's going to be thousands a day. All right, well, coming up on 20 minutes here, I'm going to go ahead and drop it. Wish you all a good evening and stay healthy and stay safe out there. Okay, let me get this here.